Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday, the former Muranga woman rep, Sabina Chege, was on a live interview at Inoro TV. And during that interview, there are several statements Sabina Chege made about Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto and Gachagua, then Jubilee Party, and again to extend about Raila Amolo Odinga. And first of all, her comment was on William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. And she was very clear that Ruto and Gachagua must stop shifting the blame to Uhuru Kenyatta and start working for Kenyans. Otherwise, they will get it wrong. Then, so further about Uhuru Kenyatta. So, first of all, let me just quote what she said as we continue blow by blow in this discussion. Ruto and Gachagua should do away with the blame game. They were elected to head the country, and it is high time this sinking into them. If they continue looking at the side mirror, then they will never move forward. They should focus on building the future. Remember, this statement is coming at a time when Sabina Chege and the team in Jubilee Party have had to sit together with William Ruto and Gachagua on the same table. First of all, in Gachagua's office, then from there to Statehouse. The first question I would ask, why is it that Sabina Chege is coming to tell William Samoei Ruto and Gachagua what they need to do live on camera, in public, but not telling them in the meeting where they had earlier? That should tell you one thing. There's no proper communication between Gachagua, Ruto, and Sabina Chege. Or I can say, those Jubilee leaders who went to Statehouse. There could be some kind of division that is emerging. That's why they are now coming on camera to tell Gachagua and Ruto what they need to do. If they were in constant communication, and if they are in agreement, and if their deal is still well and good and moving on, there's no way Sabina Chege will come on camera to talk about this issue. She cannot. But for her to come on camera, it means there is something wrong somewhere. Maybe the deal went wrong. And remember, we said that when people go to Statehouse, they go there because of deals. They go there because of their own interest. And we heard what Rigathi Gachagua said there yesterday, that he will make sure that those people who first were with William Ruto during campaign are being sorted out. Then the other people who came the other day will be sorted last. So it points to something, some disagreement. It's like these people are being betrayed by this government. That's why they're now speaking opposite from where they're standing. She continued to say, and this one now she was addressing Uhuru Kenyatta, we want Uhuru to tell us what he wants with his party. We look like orphans. We saw him on track in Kisumu while we have been looking for him all the times. We want him to call us and stop neglecting us as we also stood by him. At no time did we forsake him. The scuffles in Jubilee are happening because he has left us alone and we lack someone to hold our hand. Now she's addressing Uhuru Kenyatta. Remember, these people, the same group, they were somewhere trying to collide on how they are going to take over Jubilee leadership from the current leaders. They tried to replace Jeremiah Kioni with the Kanini Kega. They have tried to replace the treasurer, and they were also in plan, and the rumors was that Sabina Chege wanted to take over as the Jubilee Party leader. Then join Kenya Kwanza. Then from there, William Ruto will initiate the merging of this political party into the UDA side. The question is, what has happened to Mheshimiwa Sabina Chege to come out this openly and start calling on Uhuru Kenyatta to give them a direction when already these members of parliament had taken their own direction to go and visit William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. Walijipeleka Statehouse wenyewe. So what changed? Wakajitengenezea viongozi wao, wakachukua chama kwa nguvu, wakapewa police officers who accompanied them to the new Jubilee head office. They took over leadership. They were in a press briefing. So what has changed all of a sudden time? And now Sabina Chege is calling on Uhuru Kenyatta. They are feeling that now they are orphans. They don't have a leader. The truth is that there is nothing like orphans in a Jubilee party. Because Uhuru is still there. He's in constant communication with Raila Odinga. Jeremiah Kione is Secretary General. And the Jubilee party, according to the constitution, Secretary General is so powerful and the party leader. So, what's the problem? If Jeremiah Kione is taking a political direction in this way, it means that the direction that the party leader is showing the party. And therefore, in the bigger house of Azimio, there is Raila Odinga who has been bringing them together throughout every time they are in a meeting. So the question is, how did they become orphans? And when did Sabina Chege realize that they are orphans? There is a deal that is getting wrong. When the Jubilee Party leadership took the case to political party tribunal court, the truth is that that move to change the leadership has been stopped through a court order until the case is heard to the end and determined. Sabina Chege and the team are learning that what was tried in Ford Kenya Party is what they were trying in Jubilee Party. And the same way the coup was thwarted in Ford Kenya Party, seemingly could be the same way this coup in Jubilee Party is going to be thwarted through the court. Because the court is going to look into the political party constitution and then the constitution of Kenya, to compare the two and make a resounding decision. So it means it's either they will be kicked out and then they will be forced to go to maybe UDA party where they are now heading to. But the question is, what is their position in UDA party? For example, Sabina Chege was the former Murang'a woman rep. The question is, already Jubilee Party has a person in that county. So, what position will be Sabina Chege vying for in Murang'a? All position has been occupied by UDA party. What position will she be vying on? And on which ticket? Ako katikati ya njia panda. So, she don't know where to go. Now she's in a mix-up. That's why she's touching everyone. And such kind of politicians are waendangi mbali. She continued, I know he is listening to me or watching me right now, and I want to tell him to come and build our home. Stop watching us suffer. The peace you are preaching in DRC, do it even here with your friend Raila. Your friend Raila. So, tuko na shida Kenya. When it comes to the issue of peace, do we have problem in Kenya? I think the disruption of peace in Kenya Kwanza is as a result of people like Sabina Chege's decision, Kanini Kega and the team. First of all, before Sabina Chege advises Uhuru Kenyatta, she should be advising Kanini Kega and the team. These are the people who purely benefited from Azimio and Jubilee Party. Kanini Kega was elected as the other member of parliament courtesy of ODM party. That slot was for ODM, but Raila Odinga and the ODM party, in their own wisdom, graciously offered that position to Jubilee Party as a big brother. They had it. Sabina Chege was nominated as a member of parliament because they were not announced the winner to take over power. So she was nominated courtesy of Jubilee positions. She never vied for that seat. So beside having it, she still come here to complain. These are the beneficiaries of Jubilee Party. But then they're the one fighting Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. They are benefited from Uhuru and Raila Odinga directly. Then it's how she finished. We want Jubilee to be recognized as a party. most of us members fail for vying with the Jubilee Party. I am sure if I vied with the UDA, United Democratic Alliance, UDA ticket, today I could be sitting in a very powerful position. My question is simple. Sabina Chege was in Azimio and in Jubilee Party. What stopped her from vying for any elective seat on either ODM or Jubilee ticket, or even Azimio as a coalition? Because there was also that possibility of vying as an Azimio candidate. If indeed she had vied on either of these tickets, then she failed, she can raise this kind of statement. But she never attempted to vie on any ticket, then I think this is just hot air. Now, she went further to attack bloggers, and this is what she has to tell the bloggers. You guys who are doing blogging, there are bloggers who are being paid 2,500 Kenyan shillings per day to malign my name, but I tell them to take care because they do not know where we will meet tomorrow. So it has gone even further to start attacking bloggers. And bloggers would come and say what has happened. Just the same way I'm reporting today what has happened through the interview she had. That is Sabina Chege for you. For me, the way I have said in conclusion, Sabina Chege, Rigathi Gachagua, and William Ruto are no longer friends. She's trying to beat around the bush. The deal went wrong. And Rigathi Gachagua might be the person who has ametibua maji. Sasa maji imeharibika, hakuna mtu mwenye atakunywa hapo, ni kama wamefukuzwa. Na kama sio hivyo, they are being forced into a deal that is not going to favor them.